if I could test the volume and then hearing yourself. Yikes. Do I look as ugly as I sound? Like, holy shit.
Y'all be listening to this? I'm sorry.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, dude.
Do you though? Like, you were like record label or like 17 professional singer guy getting all the dudes, like, you know.
Right?
What story are you guys going to talk about today? We're going to be talking about a few of them. We're talking about Poltergeist and Possession. So like the Annabelle doll, the Amityville horror, the possession of Emily Rose, haunted houses, things like that.
Okay. Nice.
So I guess we'll start off by asking chat. Have y'all ever experienced anything like that? Like a haunted doll or like something that you were just around that didn't feel quite right, or like a haunted house?
Oh, yo, so I got a ghost story for you, right?
Okay.
There was this girl, in high school, right? We were talking. She never responded.
That's a tough ghost story.
Damn.
And I don't know what would happen. I mean, I guess I just put my blindfold on, but I don't know what good that would do.
Wait, did someone redeem the blindfold thing?
No, YHC was asking. Anything ghost related then. Emu, you're on chat duty. I'm blindfolded.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on chat duty?
Yes.
All right. YHC said you're a bitch.
Oh, probably. Everybody thinks I am.
Yup.
So Keith, what about you? Have you had any ghost stories, interesting things happen?
I have. So I live here in Richmond, Virginia. I live around several cemeteries, right?
Right.
So there are a lot of energies here in this town, and there's a lot of old buildings. So certain places you go, certain even venues that you go to that are older have energies in them. And I went to this one venue called Kingdom. It was basically a club / music venue. The venue was an old warehouse, and it got shut down due to upcoming, like, it got shut down in like the 70s due to like safety regulations being actually regulated. Several people had died in that building. And supposedly like the green room was haunted because that's where it was like an old storage closet basically for all the engines that used to be in there.
Right.
Or large generators basically. And seemingly one dude got his hand stuck in one of the pistons of the generator and just like bled out there because he was there late at night.
What's up, Spire?
So I ended up getting into the green room, and I was sitting there by myself waiting for the band I was hanging out with. And I hear the door open and close, like literally just like that quick. I look around and I'm like, oh, okay, sweet, because I thought they were there. Nobody was there. And I walked out, looked down the hallway. I'm like, no. And there are no other doors in this area. It's just straight door, hallway, and then to the stage. I look down. I see nothing. Like, I'm like, all right, word. I go back. I sit down. Another 20 minutes pass. I hear it do it again. Like somebody left the room. Like that. Like somebody pulled it and shut the door behind them. I legit shit you not. I ran out of there, ran onto the stage, and ran to the bar. And they were like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "No, I'm out of here. I'm gone. I obviously need to drink or drink less or get water or something."
Drink less, do something, do anything.
The ghosts made me start drinking, man.
I was like, "Oh no, I don't play around with this shit," because I'm like that first one, I was like, "All right, maybe I heard something. Maybe somebody shut like the on one part of the venue, there was like this old loading bay. I'm like, all right, maybe that was it." And I heard that second one. I was like, nope. I'm out. I'm gonna hang out with them later when other people are in this room.
And that makes me think. How do you guys feel about living in houses where someone has died previously?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I know somebody died in my old house. This
Okay.
one,
The one that was haunted, right?
yes, the one that was haunted.
Mhm.
I know that this house, I almost didn't buy it because the person who sold it to me was like, I don't know if the person died here, and I'm like, well, you better fucking find out,
You gonna find out? You better know.
right? Planet Explorer says, had a poltergeist at my mom's old house. Dishes would shake in the rack, and cabinets would open and slam shut a lot. Even had a plate thrown at you once.
Oh, and
You
y'all
throw it back?
right?
You're stolen shit, dude.
Right? If that ever happened to me,
What's up, the
I
diamond?
would legit try to. I would smoke the whole house out with sage, just the whole thing.
Why sage? Is that like a cleanser? Like
yeah,
a,
it's supposed to. What you do is it's smudging, really. What you do
Okay.
is you burn some sage, open all the windows and burn some sage, and smudge the house, smudge corners. That way you can expel supposedly demons, spirits, energies, and vibes. Really, like
okay.
there's
These
another word for it, but vibes.
yeah. These spiritual things and whatnot. Is this something you grew up on? Is this like a
Yeah.
thing with your family, or is that something you got into as older family? Okay.
More so, it's a mixture of both. So never sage, but we would, you do your spring cleaning, and it's supposed to bring the house new life, and bring its energy back up, get rid of any bad things that have happened in the past year, or if you don't do it every year, the past 2 years or something like that. Smudging with sage came a little bit later. I haven't done it to the house yet, just because we're good right now. But
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, usually with people with all these ghost stories and stuff, usually they have like a family background, heritage, tradition. I don't know, depending where you
right.
come from, it's like really in tune with the spiritual side of things.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or other, I don't know all the
Yeah,
words
yeah.
for it, just
Yeah.
like spiritual, I don't know, naturalists, like voodoo thing, all those like naturalists,
Yeah.
a lot of people are brought up on different things.
Right.
Right. I
And
mean,
go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know. Like the smudge, I've never done the smudging. I probably should, but I know I've dealt with things like the original house when I first moved up to Virginia, not the one that was haunted before,
Okay.
but it was one in Lynchburg, Virginia, when I originally moved. And I know
Lynchburg?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I know the Civil War background there, Keith.
Yeah.
Why is that still a name for it?
I think it's named after somebody whose last name was Lynch.
Who the fuck names themselves Lynchburg?
No, it's Lynch.
Sorry.
Their last name was something Lynch.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like, what the fuck? I'm changing my family name fast as
Right.
fuck,
Right.
bro. Like, what?
Like, my name is Mr. Buttsfarts. It's like, no.
Yeah, like,
that's
get the fuck out of here, dude.
Right. But like the house in Lynchburg, and like I was really paranoid about moving up there because of the Civil War history, and I know it was on McCausland Street, which was like a lot of stuff happened right around in there.
Right.
And so like,
Wait, are you saying... Wait. Civil War history related to ghosts and stuff? You gotta let us know, man. We don't all know the history there.
basically just in Lynchburg, like it was, if I'm not mistaken, because it's on like the western side of Virginia, kind of close to West Virginia, and so when they were traveling back and through, it was like kind of like a way station type deal, like a waypoint, and so a lot of injured soldiers died there,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
and like in the houses and stuff, and it was an older house, the house we had, but the first night in there, like I'm already paranoid about it. And it's like 2:00 in the morning. But I wanted to prove my point. I was like, yeah, this is a haunted house.
Right. It's like, see, I told you.
Right, like-
What'd I tell you?
Right? Be like, come on, get the video camera.
That's not a situation where you want to be the one saying "I told you so."
I mean, yeah, probably. But anyways, I walk in there. And fucking shit starts falling off the spice cat, like the little rack that was up for the spices. And she's like, well, I'm sure it's an old house. It's unlevel. So the stuff, they just rolled off or they did this. It's just something
And I'm like, no. So then the fucking closet doors started closing at night. And like, I mean, it was a small house. It was like the shotgun style house.
Oh, like, okay, straight. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like front door, you could see the back door. Then there was like 2 bedrooms and a kitchen.
Oh.
And so it was weird.
Speaking of Lynchburg, though, one of my friends who moved up to Lynchburg had the same fear as you, or had the same caution, the same concern, because he was like, and he was halfway joking, but he was also being serious. He was like, "What if I get up there, right, buy a house, and it's haunted with a racist ghost?" Like, he was like, if there was a soldier that was on the Confederate side, right?
Right.
What if I buy the house that he died in, and he's just like pissed off that I'm there? It's like and then he got up there, finally bought a house, and he was like, the first 2 nights I did not sleep, and he was like, I just couldn't sleep because I was just like up, like just making sure nothing was wrong.
Right.
But he was like, he like you said, he wanted to know all the things, who died there, who he was like, you better find out if anybody in the past 700 years have died here, because I don't want to find out. I don't want to be the first person to find out whether ghosts can be racist or not.
Yeah, I don't.
Wait, Planet said she got the sounds of kids laughing on like an EVP recording before.
Yo, okay,
that
so
motel.
one, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Nah, hell no. I don't have kids. If I hear kids, fire. Walk around with a torch.
I'm moving out. I'm gone.
Big.
I'm gonna be
facts.
eating sticks. I'm gonna be eating thick chunks of sage like this big. I'm expelling everything.
Yeah, like, oh god. But like, what gets me the most when it comes to like haunting and like possession and poltergeist stuff is fucking porcelain dolls.
Ugh. I remember you talking about that last time, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't date someone who had like a thing for porcelain dolls, because that's creepy. That's like beyond like, oh, I like old taxidermy. It's different, but it's like whatever. I own old toys and shit like that. But the porcelain dolls,
The porcelain dolls are a deal breaker,
the porcelain dolls are complete deal breakers.
right?
I'm like, oh, cool. I see you like porcelain dolls. My mom said I left the whole kitchen on. I gotta go home and turn that off.
What the fuck's cool about liking porcelain? Nah, that's fucking weird.
It is. It's pretty fucking weird.
Not only would I not date that person, I don't think I want to talk to that person.
Never again.
And Planet says she feels sad if she knows ghosts are kids. I guess I could see that. I mean, like,
That makes sense. That makes sense. I could definitely see that.
Sad too, but don't fucking sit around and haunt my ass.
right? Don't haunt me.
Go haunt a school or something.
Yeah,
Right?
fucking
Go to
go do
ghost
kid
school.
shit. Go fucking haunt the playground. Make other kids suffer.
Go haunt a GameStop, bro.
Right? And Hi Gaming ask, have you ever felt like someone is behind you watching you do something all the time? Like, that's my biggest thing.
So speaking on the, have I ever had any feeling that something is behind me? Definitely in this house. Remember I told you I had a ghost in my house. I found out, I talked to my mom, and she says they think it's the original, like the builder of the house, the original owner of the house. He's cool too. All he does is smoke. That's it. Just walks around the house, smokes. You'll see him like, not him, but you'll see like a shape in doorways, basically smoking in doorways that it would make sense to smoke in, like the den or like the living room or somewhere like that. But definitely like at night, like if I'm just sitting here watching TV, you'll hear something and it'd be like, no, okay, we're good. Or if you're washing dishes, there's a part of our kitchen that is in the old part of the kitchen. We had a renovation. We had it fixed. We expanded it. So if you're in the original part of the kitchen, by where the pantry technically would be, you do get a feeling like of somebody being there, going about their normal task that they would at like 10 o'clock, coming to get something to eat or coming to get
So
some
not
water or
necessarily
something.
watching you, but like just the presence of
Just
someone else
presence
doing their
around
own
you.
thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Like, hey, what's like? It's a roommate. Like, it's just
Right.
Yeah, it's like it's your
terrible
boy.
roommate.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, it's your boy. What you doing, Ghosty?
Oh snap! What's up, dude?
Dude.
Like, how you doing?
Right, like, come on, bring it in.
Right.
And on the subject of feeling like being watched, I have to say actually being watched is way worse. But also on that same subject matter, they say women are very in tune with that sense too. So it's like a feeling like someone looking at them. Like, you know, when dudes are checking out girls, they say that they know, like they feel that.
Right.
Like, so I feel like those experiences would be much more common with women.
And so it's
Right,
always bad when
right.
I feel like I'm being watched and the dog starts barking. And then the kids will just be like kind of looking over at something. I'm like, what the is going on? I don't know.
ahead,
There was one example. I don't know if you're familiar with Greensboro, North Carolina at all, Keith.
Yeah. I've heard of it. I don't know if
That's-
I've been there. Might have been there.
That's where that college is, right? Like right outside of there. Or there's
Yeah.
like a huge. There's that. What is it? Fuck. I heard there's some shit with that college too around there.
Yeah. There is, and there's a lot of Civil War monument stuff there too. And I went to one of the parks, and it was actually there was a battlefield there,
Okay. Ooh.
and like one of the buildings is still standing, like you can go in it and shit. And so I took the girls up there. You know, we walked. It's like one of the state parks almost. We're walking down the trail.
okay.
We walk up. There's a statue of one of like the war generals there, one of the generals from the army. They would not go near it. Like, they looked at it, they wouldn't go near it. So we kept walking. We went in the house, and as soon as we went in that house, like temperatures dropped like that, like it was cold, like it was really fucking cold. And the girls just kept looking, and I looked down, and my youngest, she was like 3 at the time. She's just sitting there waving, but there's nobody there. She's just waving.
Ooh. Yeah. See.
And
And y'all touched on that last time. Is that kids are more receptive to that type of energy or entity, and it's because their mind is less. I don't say. I guess the right way would be to say rational, so they don't have to. They don't have to switch over.
Pure.
Like, oh. Like, yeah, like it's just like pure. It's just like boom, they don't have to switch over and be like, oh no, that was that, or oh no, that could have been that. They're like, nope, I know what that was. I saw, my 2 eyes saw what I saw, and it wasn't my imagination, it was just that. Like,
And it wasn't something weird. Like they didn't need to change modes to think differently about it.
Right,
They saw it and they responded to it.
there was
in the
something
way.
out of the ordinary. I saw it, and that's what it is. Yeah.
I greeted it.
Yeah.
Right.
She's like, what's up? And I was like, well, hi, what do you want me to do?
but
You want to be rude? I can't be rude to it.
right, can't be rude to the ghost. But I mean,
You taught me to be nice to strangers. And I'm,
right.
I'm gonna teach my kids. You ever see another kid without a face, you fucking run.
Right,
Okay?
you're fucking right. If it looks like it is wearing clothes from another time period, run.
if you would make fun of that kid for wearing those clothes, don't greet it normal.
Right.
Mm.
Oh.
If
Need
the
a
kid has
code word.
buckles on their shoes, yeah,
do.
don't greet it really nicely.
Dude, by the time I have kids, it'll be like, yo, if he's dressed like he's in a boy band, run.
Right. But I don't know. It's crazy. And then like just the objects, like I've gotten, and like Planet was talking about the doll that moved in the closet, and Spyro was talking about his Nana owns a lot of dolls, and he heard whispers and walking dolls moving slightly. Like, have you ever had an object that just kind of gives you that weird sense when you're around it? Kind of like that statue that was at that park. Just like
I never owned one, but I went to a friend's house and they had an older, like, I guess it's like a, what do you call it? It's not a I guess a small statue like this, but it was kind of like a sculpture, I guess is what you would call it. They say their grandma owned it and their grandma's grandma owned it, and they basically got through the house like that, or it got through the family like that. And I was sitting in their house, and I'm just like, it felt like a movie almost, because I looked over and I'm like, huh, that's interesting. And as soon as I turned away from it, it felt like this overwhelming like warmth of like it was not overwhelming, but it was like there. I'm like, oh, I'm hot. Y'all hot? Y'all ain't hot. Like I felt like how like your mom would say, I have a hot flash. Like I was like, y'all not warm. Okay, I'm the only one that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't want no ghostly flashes, man.
Right. And every
Right.
time I would enter the house, I would just immediately, like it could be 90 degrees on the side. I would feel way more like, and they would have air on and everything. I'm like, I don't feel it. And I would always find out that when I felt that way, I'm next to this little statue. I'm like, I don't like that statue. I'm gonna stay as far away from it now.
Right.
So every time I go in their house, I'm like, I'm gonna be over here. Like I'm not gonna be next to the statue. I haven't had any problems with it since I've just like moved myself away from it. But it definitely gives that vibe of like some type of energy being around it or attached to it or attracted to it. Like I guess since it's a family heirloom, whoever owned it before that and has passed away wants to be near that heirloom. That's the only time I've ever had an object give me like just straight up weird vibes at all.
Yeah, that is weird. And just like a little statue, like was it like one of the like clay statues, like porcelain, like?
It was I guess it was porcelain. It was like it looked very fragile, like it was thin on the, like it was empty on the inside. It wasn't like a. That's why I didn't call it a statue.
Like the knickknacks, like the little, like
right,
yeah,
right. Like, and it was like, you can't really tell, but it was like no taller than a can of Monster, basically.
right. So like,
and it just
figurine.
Right, and it just gave off weird vibe. That's the only way I can put it. It's weird, warm. Like somebody's sitting on you, basically. Somebody's right next to you, just next to you. Like if you're in the elevator and somebody just gets right up to you, it felt like that. Like just, can I have my space back kind of thing.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I would not have liked that at all.
And once again, it was one of those things that wasn't scary. It was just like how you mentioned walking into the house and the temperature changed. It was like that. It's like, something about what is going on right now is not copacetic. Something's odd here. It felt like that.
Right.
Where it didn't spook me enough. It was just like, maybe if I ignore it, maybe it'll go away.
In my grandparents' house, when I was, don't go there anymore, but younger, they had a two-story house, basement, backyard, and all that.
Okay.
On the second floor, in the hallway, they had like a whole bunch of old like family things. It was like this old ass shelf, and there'd be like these, the pictures, like black and white pictures from like just the family and whatever. There'd be like original old ass books from like 18 something fucking
right.
Like, and there'll be all this shit. There'd be like, there was like old time like razors, and like they were like solid ass metal, and there's just all these like objects that we use nowadays just 200 years old.
Right.
And everything there felt fucking weird.
Right.
Like
right.
everything. Like I would like that razor specifically. That sticks in my mind. Like that. Ooh. The image of that. Like it was. I picked it up one time, never again. It was heavy.
I didn't like that.
Like, it was like heavy as shit. But and it's like something just told me not to touch that. Like it's weird.
Right.
Like it's just like not like anything happened. Like no like noises or anything. I didn't feel like something watching me. But like just like my senses telling me to stay away from certain.
Like it was
things.
somebody
It was really
else's,
weird.
Like they didn't want you touching it. Yeah. No, that's the thing that spooks me the most. Is it's like we try not to keep too many things like that. They're like heirlooms. We have a couple of things, but it's like none that old. Yeah. And I think that might be the reason why is we just like, I don't like that anymore. It's not. You deal with that. You deal with that feeling. I don't want that.
I'd rather keep family traditions than heirlooms, unless it's like a fucking gold brick. I don't want it. So
right.
I don't want this fucking 300-year-old fucking skull of like the first fucking man you slain in this country or some shit. Like I don't.
Right, like you got shit to yourself.
Right, I don't want that.
I don't want that. I'm good.
What am I do with this?
Well, here's this heirloom.
I've also been to museums that were built on top of ancient Indian burial grounds.
Oh no! See, that's not. That just seems like
that's weird.
That seems like asking for it, honestly.
That really does.
The whole fucking building's weird. I swear to God, like you walk into that place, it just felt off. Like you just walk outside and you could find like ancient ass fucking like spear tips and shit.
Really?
Like, right. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like weird. Just some lines you don't cross.
Right.
That's many of them.
I had this in my mind and I was studying it specifically for this podcast because I'd read about it before, but I studied it specifically for this podcast. Have y'all ever heard about the Colorado airport?
No.
No.
So supposedly, it's in Denver. Supposedly that place is like a portal to hell. And not like figuratively speaking, like it gives off. And looking at it, I'm like, yeah, no, I can see why people would say that.
I need to learn more. I've been to the Colorado airport.
Yeah. So suppose did you ever see the statue of the horse out there?
Yes.
So seemingly when they were installing it, before that, when it was being made, it fell and killed the sculptor. Then when they installed it, it fell and killed one of the people who was installing it. And seemingly it fell again. Yeah, see, Horace says Denver Airport is a part of the New World Order, which is what I've read, and it's like
the theory. I guess it's conspiracy theory is what that is, right?
Yeah. And like there's hella paintings that are just like it's like, and it's sprawled on the inside. Oh, the other thing is that horse lights up at night, and it legit looks terrifying.
Really? Like they mean to have it light up at night?
Like it lights up at night with the eyes and everything light up at night, like orangish, fiery orange kind of thing. It is legit spooky for no reason other than it is.
Yeah, you know it's spooky.
Wait, hold the fuck.
Denver, Colorado Airport. I went there when I had a layover, so I actually had to stay the night over there, waiting for a plane.
Oof.
When trying to sleep, I felt at all times like there was no one else there, that it was completely packed with people.
Ooh, see, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's creepy.
That's weird. Like, yeah, I couldn't sleep because the whole time I felt like I was surrounded by people.
Right.
Yeah.
And see, Horace even mentions there's tunnels that lead anywhere that don't lead anywhere underground, and supposedly that's because
people. That's not the Illuminati guys. Come on, it's the mole people.
Right. I straight up off of reading interviews and stories and just the story about the horse falling on the sculptor freaks me clear fuck out, and I 100%, if I can avoid the Denver, Colorado airport, I will. I don't ever want to step foot into it.
I think is when sculpting something, it falls and kills the dude that's sculpting it.
Right.
What compels you to not only finish his work but use it as well?
Right.
Yeah,
like I feel like if a house is getting built and like
the whole thing just collapses.
Oh, the roof fell and killed like 5 workers. I feel like you would just tear it down and restart, or just walk away and never do it again.
Right. Yeah. Like, well, you know what? That sucked, but we have another plot of land somewhere else.
Yeah.
Completely different area. We don't need to build here.
Different island. Possibly another state. Moving businesses. Yeah. That's weird.
That's super weird. And I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that more now.
Yeah, reading about it is like I had to stop myself because I was like, it was legit like watching a Law and Order SVU thing. It's like, well, I gotta figure out how it's gonna end.
Was that man
be there for? That I don't know. But it seems like when it was like pretty much done, it fell on him.
That's tough. I feel like the only time we keep things in this country that are like being made and people die in the process. I feel like it's only things where the people who died are forced to make it.
Right?
I mean, like, you know, we kind of had a railroad built across the entire country by the Chinese that were forced to build it. Many of them died. Like, I feel like it's like things that are just, you know, like I feel like you never hear about anything that's built by dead people
Right.
that's still around. Like, in that sense, anyway.
Right. It's like, well, this Empire State Building, the creator actually died from the first brick that was ever laid. It actually swept up and smacked him in the face, and they kept building it. It's crazy, right?
If that happened, they would have restarted. Take that first brick back and then have someone else place it.
Yep.
A steel girder actually fell from the 151st floor of this building.
Oh, God.
Split the creator in half, and they continued building the next day. That's a lovely.
Dude. Things falling off of top buildings, dude. Okay, where I grew up in a shore town. Somebody fell off the top of like they were called like I don't know what the name of the place was, but you know how like the shore towns got them hotel motels that are like they're pretty fucking high up.
Right.
For like the building itself. Someone fell off the top onto a pole that was for meters, but it was in the off season, so like the meters weren't on it, right? So it was just like a metal pole on the ground.
Right. Okay.
They fell on it from the top of the building, impaled them, and they didn't die right away. They bled out on that pole.
Oh, Jesus.
Before anyone got to
That's terrifying.
Like, that shit is freaky.
Right.
From that distance, it's not weird to die before impact because of, like, the oxygen, the air going into your lungs, and it's, not being processed and all that stuff. Like, you would suffocate before falling. Yeah.
Ooh. I would hate to be around there. Like, at night, I wouldn't even want to be, like... I would avoid that hotel in general.
Oh, bro, like I said, like the fucking last week I said growing up, the people across the street, the fucking person killed themselves.
Right.
Like you could see the body.
Oh.
Like in the window.
See, those are things like
that's freaky shit.
Right. That's things like I don't know if one of my neighbors killed themselves. I don't know if I could live in that same house because I'd be like, nah, I can't. They're right there. Like, I don't know if I could. I would have to move. Like, I could move to a different area of the town, but I would have to move away from that area because it would just give me bad vibes. It would just give me bad vibes and energy.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, we did. You avoided that house. Like, I didn't like. I remember that, but like being so young, like you just forget about things. You block things out, and I didn't recall it again until later. When I like randomly recalled that like years later.
You're like, hey, didn't somebody die in that house over there?
You know,
didn't they kill themselves?
It wasn't even like that. It was like I was talking to my mom like 7 years later, dude. Like I was like a teenager, and I asked, I was like, whatever happened to what's her face across the street? And then as I asked that, I was like it all flashed in my mind. I was like, holy shit. And in those years where I didn't know what happened, I used to always like there was like a park a couple blocks back behind their place. I would cut through their property to get there.
Oh,
I stopped doing that for years, and I didn't know why. Yeah, like, and I didn't know why.
Right.
Like things just happen in weird ways, man. Like it's.
And like, since you were a kid, you probably subconsciously picked up on whatever energy that house was giving or that area was giving, and it's like your brain's like, hey, you don't need to go that way. You're good. You could just.
Did you? You said you regressed that. So like when it came back, like did you?
Oh, I remember it. Yeah, I can still see it. Yeah,
like
if I think about it, I see it. Yeah.
Did you ever get curious after you remembered and try to like see it again? Like
I broke in. I went to look.
How did that go?
Place is freaky. I don't know, man. Things happen for a reason, I guess.
Right.
See, I don't know. I've never done the cleaning out a dead relative's house. Usually I just stay the fuck away from that.
I know
Right.
I've gotten like my
Understand.
uncle that I was real close to that he died, and he was in the Navy, and I got one of his old jackets.
Oh, the nice joints?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
And
They got nice swords too in the Navy.
yeah. And he was a very small man. Like, I mean, I guess average size. I'm like 6 foot, like 220 pounds. But
And
he
you
was,
small, shut up.
But he was
Y'all are-
he was like super small.
Y'all are
Like
huge.
he was like 5'6" maybe.
Oh, damn. I'm taller than that.
Yeah. Like he was really
Yo.
really short dude. But like for the longest time, that jacket just sat in my closet. And it was like sometimes no matter how long it had been, you would get that smell. He was a smoker. And you would get that smell of cigarettes coming from it. And like he smoked what was Winston's, I think it was, like a real
Oh.
like
Oh,
a-
yeah, those are heavy. Those are like,
Yeah.
yeah.
really.
Yeah, and like you can tell the difference from that kind of cigarette than any other cigarette. And like you would just smell them. And it's just weird. I've still got it back at my old home in North Carolina somewhere. It's still there, but I don't have it here with me now. I've gotten to the point I don't try to take any objects from dead people because like I personally believe in the whole a ghost or spirit can attach itself to an object.
Right.
Now, do you think that's so object possession? Do you feel that is a when someone passes from natural causes or like accidents or like what if you killed someone and took their wallet? You think there'd be a ghost in that wallet too?
Well, I don't think it's something like a wallet or something. I think I mean, I guess it could be, but I feel like it has to be something
Right.
the person who had it ties.
You killed a dude and you took the jacket he's been wearing the last 30 years.
yeah,
See, that I was gonna say, yeah.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I feel like it could
Okay.
attach itself to it.
Usually, like, from what I've read is like, object possession, usually happens with someone's object that they're like close to. So like, if it was the wallet, that means that they were either very frugal with their money or they were
Just had it on them at all times or something.
right,
Yeah.
right, or they're like very attached to their job had to do something with money or
Materialistic.
exactly. And if it's something like a coat, like, if you own a coat for 30 years and that's all you wore, that was like your like a
Yeah, that's my
comfort item,
shit.
like a blankie or something like that. Yeah,
Right.
Like I have read that is definitely like possible to have an object from somebody. That's why I try to avoid yard sales after somebody has died, because I'm like, I don't want to own any dead people objects, because it's
Right.
gonna have like that. I don't want to say that funk, but it's gonna have that
That bad juju.
that bad juju, that aura of just like it's a dead person's thing.
Right.
But
Yeah.
even if it's not possessed, it's just like it's weird. It's like, yeah, I got this off the dead guy over there. It's like, but why?
Right.
But why?
Planet said, so what if somebody wanted their ashes to be made into an object? Would you stay away from that object? I mean,
I don't necessarily think that would be a. I think there's definitely a line between something like that and like a
Right.
possessed or a haunted item for sure.
Like that probably has you can change yourself into a tree or like a record. It probably doesn't, unless you plant that tree where that person frequented. That might not be. They might not be able to possess that, or it might not be something that they would bother to possess, basically, because there's no history with the person, basically.
right. Yeah. Like, I feel like there's got to be a history tied into it. And a haunted
Right.
sword, yeah, Planet, that would be a haunted sword. I mean, that'd be cool to have your
Yeah.
ashes put into a gem and put into a sword.
That'd be kind of lit. That'd be
Yeah.
kind of lit.
YC
Yeah,
said this is weird because from their perspective, they don't believe in ghosts.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's
For a
cool
lot
to
of
have somebody that-
a lot of people seeing is believing. So I mean, a lot of people
Right,
might just be
right.
skeptical and they won't like I'm not neither here nor there. Like I said, weird shit happens all the time, dude. I try to think of things, but some things you just can't explain.
Right.
But there's also many things in life that just can't be explained yet.
Yeah.
Ex-
So I guess would y'all own a haunted object?
haunted how? Am I the one being haunted?
No, like an object. Okay, so
Like it's an object proven to be haunted. Like this one, we know, like this is a haunted object. We know it's been known as like if you own the what is it, the Annabelle doll or whatever.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
fuck
the
no.
actual. No, yeah, I'm good. I'm
I
good.
won't.
I don't want.
I
that.
won't. I wouldn't own a blessed one.
Right.
Depending on how creepy the item is. Like
Because
if you told me these fucking porcelain fucking dolls gave me great luck, I'd still fucking throw them away.
Right. You don't want to push your luck. You're like, I'm good.
Oh no, shit, that shit's weird.
Right.
because like y'all know, like I'm sure you've heard of Ed and Lorraine Warren, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
So Ed and Lorraine Warren, like the Amityville Horror, The Conjuring, Annabelle, all those. It was based on Ed and Lorraine Warren, who they were ghost hunters. They were actually like demonologists. Like it was their job to be like Sam and Dean Winchester or be like Ghostbusters. Like they went and found the shit, and a lot of the times they would keep the stuff, right? Because they did not want the person to be haunted still, so they would take it. They would go like in depth with like making actual possession traps and like stuff to keep the haunting.
Like real Ghostbuster, like this is what this box does. That box keeps that demon in, that kind of thing.
Right, like we've got all this Latin and shit written on it for different things. But like, so
I stay away from Latin.
well,
The whole language?
the whole English
Haunted.
language is pretty much Latin.
No.
It's an offshoot of Latin. It's like a fork if you're into coding. It's a fork. Of Latin.
Nah, listen. I took many courses of C++ without using Latin, okay?
Fair enough.
And I'll stay doing it like that, okay? I'll take the long way. That's cursed.
But no, like freaking, like here's like some of their collection. Like that's the actual Annabelle doll right here, the Raggedy
listen,
Ann
that
doll.
doll right there.
Yeah, see, that's creepy.
If my kid ever wanted something like that, whoopsh, re-educating.
But like that was the original Raggedy Ann doll.
yeah,
Yeah,
see,
that's creepy. Nah. See, Raggedy
That's
Ann dolls
creepy.
are fucking disturbing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like nah.
So like, have y'all ever heard of like the original, like the Annabelle doll story? Or like, have you ever seen the movie, Keith?
I've seen the movie. I've never really read up on the story, on the
You
actual
dropped
story,
knowledge
because
from
it does weird me out. It does weird me out.
Right.
You all wanna hold hands and talk about this, or is that what's going on here?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do that.
We can do that. Hold on. Give me your hand, Keith.
Gotcha.
But like,
Oh
so
man,
like here's
dolls are freaky.
like there's Lorraine holding the Annabelle doll. I mean, just that doll itself.
Oh,
Wait. Okay, so like I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say something. Okay, she's scarier than the doll.
I will say yes.
That's a hot take for sure, but I think there's some truth to it.
I mean,
I
if,
would agree with you. I would
if-
agree with you.
if you hunted ghosts and demons for a living, you think you'd look all nice and pretty?
I would think she's a demon if I saw her out at night.
The dolls and fucking like the actual Raggedy Ann doll. So I got it pulled up here. The Warrens, they investigated 10,000 cases.
Jesus, that's a ton. Gosh, I can't imagine going through that much haunted and possession and like exorcism. Like like I said, that sounds stressful. That can't be. You gotta be weird, bro. You gotta be weird at some point.
Were we looking at something?
Oh, hey Megan, how are you?
Oh, hi Megan, how are you?
What's up, Megan? How are you? You're scared. Why are you scared?
Yeah, Kane looks a little creepy, but
I
he's
do.
all right. He will.
But so basically, that doll is in a case with a hand-carved description that says, warning, absolutely positively do not touch. Because like all the freaky shit that happened.
Oh yeah, someone stole it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
basically it had been a gift to a young nurse named Donna from her mother. Donna was thrilled with the gift. She like kept the doll sitting on the sofa in the living room, right? And like she would keep it like Greek. It was like an aesthetic thing. But the Annabelle doll seemed to like do things. So it would sit on her living room sofa before work. She'd come home in the afternoon, and the doll would be in the bedroom with the door shut.
See, and she didn't get rid of it immediately.
No, I guess she thought like her roommate was pulling a prank on her or whatever.
Oh, hell no. See, like the stereotype is like the black dude gets scared and runs from that shit. Right. I'm fucking out of there fast as fuck. I'm lighting a match on the way out, throwing it at the door. I ain't stopping.
Right.
And hell no.
First time I see it not in the place that I put it, I'm immediately
exactly, Brandy.
I'm gone. I'm not in that situation anymore.
Dude, you know how imagine going to your boy's house, right? So you go to your boy's house, you open a door, there's a wooden chair in the middle of the room, and there's a fucking doll on it.
Oh, fuck that.
Huh?
No, I don't care if that was if that's always there. I'm good.
No, I don't care what it is. That could be a temporary thing to freak me out. That can always be there. That's weird regardless.
It is.
They need counseling.
Yeah.
Because if they did that to fuck with you, they're horrible people.
Right.
And they didn't do it. Their house is possessed. So.
Exactly.
Yes.
So then with the Annabelle doll, like it started writing notes, right? Like she would find pieces of parchment paper like "help me" written on it.
Nope.
And so then the boyfriend was in the apartment one afternoon.
The whole thing. Hold on, wait. The whole thing with the story goes on a little too long because I'm like, no. As soon as that happens, I'm done with the whole. Like the first thing, I'm like, nope.
Okay, so my thing is, and hear me out on this. When there's always the stories of notes and writing and whatnot, what language is this supposed to be in?
Usually, I'm guessing whatever language is spoken around the doll, maybe.
Right. So I guess it would. Yeah, that would probably be it. But like,
guessing,
I feel like some of those stories are really weird because to be like some like, you know how there's like those stories like those haunted items or whatever coming over from like different countries and everything like that. Okay, hell no. If this is an English doll and it's speaking Latin, I'm running the fuck out of it. Ain't nobody speaking Latin except for a couple people in the church.
Right.
Okay? So if it's speaking it and I'm hearing it, I'm fucking scared as shit.
Like fluently, I'm good. I don't need no whole code. That's a dead language. It's dead for a reason.
It's a dead language, and it's probably like one of the older popes, and I'm running.
Yeah. But so the story, it gets creepier. Like the boyfriend was there while Donna was out and heard rustling in her room like somebody broke in. So he busted in, like he went in there and he found no signs of forced entry, but he found the doll just lying face down on the ground. Right? And he felt like a searing pain on his chest and looked down to find claw marks on it.
What? See, no.
So finally they invited a medium over. And so, of course, this dumbass medium
asked to get clawed?
No, like
Lucky
starts doing like a seance and is trying to find out things. So, of course, instead of trying to cleanse the spirit, it's like asking it, "Who are you? What's your name?"
It's pissing it off, basically.
What more do you need to know? It's already clawing that shit.
Right. So what were you doing last week? Like, what were you doing when you died?
Like what were you doing when you died?
Because what was you doing? Let me find out. Like, no, I don't need. Like,
right, like. But so, because you know how it is, it goes with like they say for like when we're talking about the black-eyed children, like you have to invite them in.
Right.
So basically, this meeting was like, "Oh, it's okay. Come on, tell us who you are. We're not going to hurt you."
No.
And so then if
fighting immediately.
Right.
Listen, we're all about consent here in 2020. Okay. If you don't let the ghosts in, they can't hurt you. But if you tell them to come get me, they're gonna kill you.
Exactly.
Can confirm.
Right. Rough Latin for "don't fear this language." Oh, damn.
No.
Linguam.
I just told you, if you ever speak fluently Latin at me, like out your mouth, If I
Holy
don't
water.
hit you, I'm already running.
Right.
Pocket sand.
But so the story gets even weirder because it
Wait,
said it was
no.
a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins
Wait.
whose
There-
body had been found earlier on the
Wait,
site where the
there's so
apartment
many
was built.
steps where they could have exited
Wait,
out of this whole
wait.
situation.
Are you sure you're not reading like the script for like a B-rated horror movie? Because like real people can't be that fucking stupid, right?
I mean, they did make a movie out of it, but like it does not go on the actual Annabelle story at all, really.
Wait,
Really?
I thought the story. Now you see, I might have done this thing when you say something and I zone out because you were talking, and you know this. It's just something I do with my boys, you know, because I know the stupid shit usually comes out. But were we talking about the story where the Annabelle doll got stolen, or is this like the original?
This
story?
is the original story.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
So-
I was wondering where the bad things came into play because I thought it was like a car or something.
Right. No, so it's like basically after that, the medium was like, "Oh, it's fine. It's a benevolent spirit. It's not going to hurt you. It's just a little girl who
Right.
died on the property. It wants love." So they're like, "Okay, this fucking possessed doll that's trying to help me and call my boyfriend can chill with us and live here." So finally,
No.
they tried to get rid of it, and they couldn't rid the spirit because it'd been invited in. So they invited in Ed and Lorraine Warren, and basically what the Warrens said, like right off the bat, this is an actual quote. They said, "Spirits do not possess inanimate objects like houses or toys. They possess people. An inhuman spirit can attach itself to a place or object, and that's what occurred in the Annabelle case. The spirit has manipulated the doll and created the illusion of it being alive in order to get recognition. Truly, the spirit was not looking to stay attached to the doll.
Like
it was
a
looking,
mimic.
Yeah, so it was looking to possess a human host."
Okay, wait. So, inhuman spirit? So, you telling me like the doll was possessed by a dog?
No,
Or
like a demon.
Or
or like something else.
got you. Okay.
So it wasn't like a spirit like Keith died and he's like, "Oh, well, I'm just going to possess this fucking doll because I'm just going to chill out
Let's
here."
Pikachu real quick.
Right? Yeah, he's not possessing people. Like it's something like it's bad.
Right.
So basically, they noted signs of demonic possession, like teleportation, like the doll moving on its own,
Right.
materialization, the doll writing on the notes, and apparently they counted the doll clawing as the mark of the beast because the way it did it, like the Latin numbers for 6 is like the L, like that, like it scratched, came down with 3 fingers. So it like put the mark of the beast on that dude. So it's like he was trying to,
Right.
the doll was trying to set up things to possess that dude. So
Like-
so what?
I was gonna say again, there are so many steps. And this is what weirds me out about a lot of those possession stories, or like about it, like the Amityville horror kind of thing. It's like y'all had so many outs that y'all could have been like, all right, we need to get somebody in on this quick. Like the first one, like this, I feel like the first one would have been weird. I'm like, it's my roommate playing a joke on me, like you said.
Yeah.
The letters, I'd have been like, nah, that's it. That's a lot. That's too much. That's like a step too far. Like it's like the clawing is like we should have never been there. That should have never escalated to that point.
Right, without a doubt.
Right.
At what point do you realize you're fucked?
That's what I'm saying. Like, at what point do you realize we could have prevented this whole thing? We could have not been here.
Like
Here
is
we
it
are.
just like a like do they now when they invite the Warrens in, is that like the first sign of them like thinking something's wrong, or is it that
Right.
or is that the point of like, oh, we need to get rid of this problem?
Yeah.
Is it like, oh, we need to find out more, or is it like, oh, we think we're gonna die? Like,
It's
because I
like-
mean, those are all totally different stages. Like,
Right.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it went from 0 to 100 real quick. I'm pretty sure it was like after that medium fucking invited the spirit in and it started like doing things. They couldn't get rid of that doll. Like that doll's not going anywhere. They finally
Right.
called the Warrens in. And so they took the doll.
Right.
They like did some kind of special box where it couldn't possess anybody. But so then, like there were several.
It's in the museum, right?
Yeah, it's in the museum now.
Where's it at?
Where is their museum? Hold on.
I think this is information in case Keith wants to walk out of his house and feel safe.
The Warren Occult it's in Monroe, Connecticut, I guess.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm good.
Fuck, that's so close to me, dude.
I'm Gucci. That's like several hours away. I'm
Right.
good. Me and Kane are good. High five, Kane.
Yeah, high five. But so after they removed that, the Warrens documented several other paranormal experiences with the doll. The first just minutes after they took her. So they had the doll in the car. They're heading back, right?
Wait, wasn't that recent? Or was that? I feel like there was something viral that somebody stole a doll.
Yeah, and they died in a car crash.
Yeah,
they stole it from the
okay.
Warrens, I think,
Yeah.
is what happened. I mean, I'm sure he has that story too. I'm sure he'll tell us.
Okay. Sorry
Yeah,
about
we can
that.
see. We can. Oh, you're good.
No,
But
yeah,
so-
that did go viral though.
It
I do
did.
know about that. Yeah.
But so basically, on their way home, their brakes failed several times, and like they almost crash. And then as soon as Ed pulled holy water from the bag and doused the doll with it, the brakes started working again. So like it was trying to fucking kill him. So then they put the doll in the study at first, and they reported the doll levitated and moved about the house
But
Even
why are you
when it was
keeping
like-
the doll?
because they kept everything.
Oh my
Like
god!
they kept everything so they could be like they basically sacrificed their safety to keep others safe, I guess. It's pretty
I'll
much what I
gladly
see it as.
use as background noise, by the way.
Right.
Just putting that out there.
Thank you so much for that. I hope you get the best sleep. But so they decided to fucking lock the doll up, and they had everything like that special box we made looked.
Right.
And so her spirit has found ways to get through.
So
A visitor tapped the glass on the case and laughed at how silly people were to believe in it. On the way home, he died in a car crash.
Yeah. I just feel like you shouldn't tempt some things, even if it's fake. Just don't tempt it.
yeah, and see, that's my thing. Like, I'm not here or there about these things, but like, there's
Right.
those lines you just don't cross. Like, I don't believe in it, but I will never touch a Ouija board.
Right. You're like, I don't.
Like,
Even
I
if I'm
don't.
right, even if I'm right,
want-
I don't want to. I don't want to find out that I'm wrong. Like,
Yeah, that's like, there's things you don't want to be proven wrong on. Like,
Yeah.
right.
that's a few of them. I don't want to find out that the board works. I don't want to find out that I just summoned something. I don't want to find out that the summon
Right.
like it's trying to kill me now. Like, it's
Right.
no. And
Yeah.
no, just no. And my thing is, when they took that back to the museum, knowing it was haunted, did they not take precautionary steps for transporting a haunted item? Would they just throw it in a plastic bag? They lock it up in like a little miniature like jail cell? Like,
Why? I guess.
what they do?
I mean, I guess I don't know what the safety
Also-
precautions would be for that.
Also,
That's true.
who carries holy water on them?
If you're
Well, I
a
guess if that's your
demonologist,
job,
like if
yeah.
that's your job, I'm carrying like I'm gonna
Okay.
have. I mean,
Well, how holy does the water have to be?
I don't know. We can Google.
I mean,
it.
because you're thinking about like real holy, like it's been blessed by like
Right.
someone,
It's gotta be
right?
blessed by a priest, right?
Like,
Why does
I
it have to
know
be a
that
priest?
I live across the street from a Catholic church. I know that they have holy water. Like,
Do they sell it?
heck. No.
Oh.
I think it's some clause or like some, not clause, but like a
Like there's
rule
something
that
that
you
like
can't-
makes
that you
it
can't
holy,
sell.
right?
Right. It's been blessed. I think there's only a couple places that it can be blessed. It has to be blessed
Yeah.
by the church or blessed by someone who can do that. Basically.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying too, because like not just like any like schmuck can like
Right.
bless water. Like,
Right.
I mean,
I think you end up with if all of my talks to all of my friends who are into Wiccan or Bruja or things like that, is someone does something like that, like if you just go, I'm gonna make this water holy, you end up with like basically tainted holy water, and instead of repelling demons, it can actually just it'll be like using old raid or whatever. It's like it doesn't work. It just,
Right.
You just wet up the demons basically.
Exactly. Like it won't work.
Right.
But I guess like if I was Ed and Lorraine Warren, like it would be like Sam and Dean Winchester from Supernatural. You open my trunk and there's all kinds of shit to fight off these things with.
Okay, here's another question. And what if you use the wrong type of holy water?
Ooh, like
Because holy water is not just like Roman Catholics or like Catholicism. Like it's
Peter
many.
Popoff's holy water, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if I, what if like does it make it stronger, or is like, because I don't think like for holy water is obviously like, you know, blessed by a member of the clergy and all that shit, or of like certain religions, but I don't think all of it is specifically like for like cleansing a well, like it's all for cleansing, but I don't think it's like for like cleansing spiritual,
basically.
yes.
Yeah.
So I guess what you're saying is like, because like
there's a market for it, and I'm trying to sell it. No.